What's up, guys? We have a hell of a podcast for today. We have Danielle and Mel. So Danielle used to be a professional cheerleader. Pretty fascinating. She used to also be a wrestler known as Vanessa Bourne. She also does acting and a bunch of other things, but really fascinating girl. We also interviewed Mel with her. She's a model, a dental hygienist, and does a bunch of other things. Pretty fascinating as well, but they just started their own podcast, so make sure to check that out. But we got to do this podcast at Lane Park here in Scottsdale, Arizona, in Old Town, and it's pretty cool. It has duck pin bowling, hatchet throwing, and a bunch of other things. But make sure and check it out, and make sure to check out the Scottsdale on the Rocks Margarita, okay? But it's a hell of a podcast, and I can't wait for you guys to check it out, so enjoy.
I'ma show you just a little bit more. Scottsdale on the rock. I'ma show you just a little bit more. Small town, big titty. Have you ever heard about my city? Yeah, small town, big titty. Whoa. Have you ever heard about my city? Yeah, Scottsdale on the rock. I'ma show you just a little bit more. Scottsdale on the rock. I'ma show you just a little bit more. Small town, big titty. Have you ever heard about my city?
I did.
Headphones is just, yeah, it's not as
Oh
cute.
man, y'all look good.
All right.
Yeah, brother.
On today's podcast, we have two great guests. We have Danielle and Mel. And they just started a new podcast here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So we look forward to learning more about it. But anyways, welcome to coming.
Thanks for having us. Wow. that was
All
intense.
right.
Yeah,
I know,
love
right?
it.
It's a good start. It gives you
Good
some pep,
introduction.
you know? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, hell yeah, let's go.
It's like game show vibes.
I'm ready.
So anyways, tell us a little bit about yourselves. So let's start with Danielle. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Okay, a little bit about me. I'm going to try to make this quick. Born and raised in Arizona.
Okay.
So I'm a native. Went to Arizona State. Loved my time there.
Nice.
Took me 5 years. Other than that, big sports fan, all our AZ sports fan. I was a cheerleader for the Cardinals, dancer for the Suns.
Damn.
Yeah, those were both good times. The Cardinals time was when we went to the Super Bowl and played the Steelers. So
Oh, shit.
Steelers won.
yeah,
Probably the
yeah, that's burned into my brain. Thank you for that, Joel.
I'm a Steelers fan.
Are you really? Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God.
guys like Kurt Warner.
Well, good
I'm
to be
from
sitting
here,
on this
but-
side.
Yeah, so that was. Let's move on from that memory. I was a wrestler with the WWE for 6 years.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, so that was a good time. I'm
Do you
sure
have a name or anything for that?
it was Vanessa Bourne.
Oh,
So
shit.
I still answer to Vanessa because it was my name for so long. So yes.
Awesome.
And-
What was your, did you have a signature move or anything?
Oh yeah, I had a few. I mean, I'd have to show you guys. I can't really explain it.
All right. We'll do them on
verbally.
Joel later.
All right, sounds good.
He looks scared.
I want the chop suey.
He didn't look scared. He's like, yeah.
No,
I'm
I want
ready.
it. I'm ready. Yeah. No, I like getting beat up.
All right, perfect.
All right. So we got to wrestling. Then what else?
Yeah, and then now I've been with Ford Robert Black Agency here in Arizona. So I act, I do some content creation, and then I still lace up the boots from time to time.
Nice.
I met Danielle.
That's
She
fucking
was
awesome.
lacing up. Didn't I meet you at Fan Fusion?
Yes. Yeah, that was the first time I met you. And I heard so much about Joel through you. And then it's like a Comic-Con here in Arizona.
Oh, it's a small world.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And I was like,
Fan
I know
Fusion.
you. Mel talks about you all the time.
I'm like, what did I say about him? Who knows?
There's no telling.
Was it good? Was it bad?
It was good.
Mel would never
Oh.
say something bad about me.
Yeah,
No, she didn't.
I don't think so. I don't think it's really anything bad to say about you.
Hey, Mel, let me have you pull your mic just a little bit
Did
closer.
it go away?
There we go, right
go.
All right. So now, Mel, tell us about yourself.
All right. Let's see. So I'm a native of Arizona as well. Born and raised here. I grew up with brothers, which is very important to know about me because a lot of people get confused. So I always say I'm a total girly girl tomboy.
Yeah.
You know, I love to like dress up and have fun, but I also love to like keep up with the boys, you know, play whatever sport it is. Like also why I'm in golf lessons because my fiance wants me to play and I'm like, I have to beat you. So now I have to take lessons.
Oh, so you're competitive as hell then.
I'm super competitive, played multiple sports my whole life. What else? I grew up, most people would say a double life.
Mhm.
So a model and a dental hygienist. I've been in the dental field for like 18 years. Oh God, a really long time.
That is
Time
I
flies.
know.
Oh my God.
I feel so old. Thank God I continue to look young. Let's see here. What else? And then I we started our own podcast, but we'll go back to that later.
Yeah.
But I own a media business. So it's Mel.media, which with that, we do like media, ads, commercials. And then within that, we have a modeling agency and we call it MM Connections. So it's more so something where we like connect artists and book DJs and like, I don't know, all these different things. So I'm just one of those people, like if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And I may be tired, but like I told myself to cut myself off. So yeah, a little bit of an entrepreneur.
So you got your hands in a lot of buckets, it seems like.
Too many buckets.
That's awesome. So how did you two meet?
Oh my gosh. So we were doing some work for Gila River Resorts and Casinos, some influencer style work. And they wanted us to go to the Jake Paul fight that was here in Phoenix. And so she was there. I was there. We sat next to each other and we hit it off. She was there with her fiance, who I love now too. They're like great. And so we had so much fun that we've, remained friends ever since.
Did you guys have a moment where you're like, we're going to be best friends?
Honestly, we did. It was like a blind date, right? They're like, hey, Mel, like you're going to meet this other influencer. And I'm like, okay, cool. What's her name? Danielle. Of course, we're like, what does this girl look like? You'd probably do the same thing to me. Of course. And then we just hit it off. Like, I don't know.
Nice.
We're very similar.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about this podcast. Like, what was the idea behind it? Or like, how did you guys decide to do that?
So I think we both always wanted to do our own podcast. I think even before we met. And with me personally, like with Mel Media, I've been dying to do a podcast. I've been wanting to like travel the world, highlight people and businesses and like all this cool stuff. Then I just like one day I was like, why do I want to do that by myself? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of boring, right? Like that's like you just doing a podcast without him. Like that's like kind of boring. And so like I called her one day and I was like, hey, like question, you want to do a podcast with me? And she's like, yeah. And then that's kind of like where it started. And I'm sure Danielle has more of why she wanted to do it.
No, yeah. The exact same thing. We had both wanted to start podcasts. So when she mentioned it to me, I was like, perfect. I would love to have someone like that's a co-host. So we were both like co-hosts that we can bounce ideas off of and topics. And I think it's more fun with more people. So
for sure.
That's how it came about.
It's basically what happened with me and Joel. I called Joel. I was like, hey man, do you want to do a podcast? And he's like, hell yeah.
Just like that. Hell yeah.
I actually always wanted to do one. So it was perfect. And it's great because Jerome is the perfect person to do a podcast with because all I have to do is show up.
He does all the rest of the work. You just show up.
Basically.
For the most part, yeah.
At least you guys are honest about it.
We have Yossi come sometimes every once in a while. He's pretty fun. You guys know Yossi?
Yeah.
He's really fun, but getting him to show up sometimes.
Showing up's half the battle.
Yeah. Showing up's half the battle. You'll see. You'll get guests and then sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm down. Then like 30 minutes before they're like ghosting you.
30 minutes before.
Oh god.
Yeah, this has happened 3 times already probably.
No, they ghost you. They don't even tell you sometimes. You don't even get a text. They change their number.
Like, waiting.
We're all ready.
They changed their number. That's that serious. Can't show up this podcast. Got to change my whole phone number.
Is that what we have to look forward to?
I hope not.
God.
I hope not.
It happens.
It happens. So. And it's not like our friends, but sometimes we'll have somebody that's going to come on and they're not there. We don't know what happened.
So then you guys just shoot the shit?
We schedule. Well, we've learned to schedule quite a bit.
Okay.
Because we just count on someone not showing up.
Yeah.
We kind of count on it.
Like you have
so
a
you just
backup.
have to account for that. But
okay.
people are flaky just naturally.
All right. That's one good tip for us, Mel, to know moving.
People
into
are
our
flaky.
podcast.
So remember that people are flaky.
It's been a learning process. One thing I could tell you guys is make sure you invoke some emotional reaction from people. So one thing I like saying and Joel likes saying is Scottsdale is the best.
The greatest city in the world.
Best city in the world.
At everything.
Highest in entertainment.
The hottest.
No, it's not very hot in Scottsdale.
It's not that hot here, actually.
I mean, these are all positive emotions for us because
right?
we grew up here. So anything good you have to say about this city, we agree.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree it's not very hot here?
Yeah, it's not.
Someone says it's like 100 degrees today, but I'm wearing a hoodie, so I don't know what they're talking about.
You're right. The proof is right there.
Yeah.
No, we don't want more
Facts.
people to move here. So we need to tell people it's like
No, that's what I say too. I'm
surface
like,
of the sun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Why would
people
we
hate
want
it.
more people to come?
Super hot.
I guess I am with you on that. I am sick of people moving here. I'm honest. I didn't want to be that person. I get in the Uber every once in a while, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And I go, "I'm from here." And they go, "Oh, thank God." And I'm like, "Okay," but now I kind of get it.
Yeah, all of the California residents that are over here, like, just we don't need them anymore.
We don't need them. My dad says that the good California people move to Prescott.
I like that.
I never heard
think
that,
we could agree.
but-
Maybe
yeah.
Sedona too.
He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone up here is really nice, and they're from California. And he's like, it's not like the Californians that moved to Scottsdale.
Oh, so your dad lives there. That's why he's saying that.
Well, I just complain about our Californians that moved here, and he's not complaining. He says they're great.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Some
makes sense.
Some are good. Some are good.
He's like, no,
I have
these
some friends that moved
Californians
here.
are really good. That's what and the ones in Prescott.
Okay.
Then I'm like, well, these ones are very
Oh.
ghetto, and they bring with them a lot of baggage, and they make the town look trashy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not out in the streets too much to see this, but
Yeah.
well, they're out there.
Okay. Were they at bingo last night?
Yeah, there were some Californians out at bingo last night.
Did they win?
No, bingo's fun. I don't play a lot of bingo. I hosted it last night. Didn't even know how to play it, but it's pretty simple. You just 5 letters.
So last night, I went with Joel to the bingo for a little bit, and I was just kind of sitting there at the bar. Wasn't really like, I just got some chicken tenders and a Coke, and I was just relaxing there. And then some girl comes up in the side of me, and Jill's one of the bartenders that works there, and this girl that sits next to me, she's like, I'm gonna order some drinks, blah blah blah. And she's like, look at this bitch. The bartender, she's like talking about the bartender, talking trash right away the second she gets to the bar, right? And then she like tells her drink or something. She's like, I want this type of martini or something like that. And the bartender tells her like, hey, it has this, and this, whatever. And then the second she walks away, the girl's like, this bitch doesn't even know what she's talking about. Like she's telling me the wrong drink, etc. like that. And then they Google the drink, and then they're like, oh, she was right. That's actually what's in this drink or something like that.
That's a lot of work.
And then they're like still talking trash. They're like, oh, it's probably not gonna taste good, blah blah, this, that. Then they get the drinks, and they're like, oh, this is really good. And then they're like, oh yeah, she's cute. So I was like, change the subject completely. And I was like, oh my God, these people are wild.
Why are they being so
Jeez.
aggressive? That is like so aggressive
That
to
is-
start off.
I know,
That's
that's
like
what I said.
everyone in our comments.
Yeah, so I told Jill about it, and she's like, let's fight after.
Oh my God. And honestly, as a bartender, I feel like you have to make the best drink, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that just like proves you wrong. You're like, okay, and here's your drink. You're welcome.
Yeah, they loved it after, but it was just
Yeah.
interesting.
That's so funny. Actually, to get in a real fight is one of my number one goals in life.
I could only imagine you.
Yeah. I haven't been in a real fight, and
You're
I
like,
feel like it's an
"Please."
experience everyone needs to have once in their life, and I haven't had it yet. I'm like, it needs to happen soon before I get up there.
So tell,
I
She
think that
means
if
that.
you have that, you have training, and if you get in a real fight, even if you have training and you're drunk, I don't think it goes as well for you as you would think.
No, that's why I would prefer not to be drunk, but I
Yeah,
feel like that might be the time it will happen.
Unfortunately, most fights like that happen when you're drunk, and I'm just saying this from experience. I've never been in a real fight except for one time. I was drunk. I got my
Okay.
ass kicked.
Man,
I was really drunk.
do you even
you
remember
probably
this
deserved
fight?
you probably deserved
I
it.
remember getting punched, and then I got back up to go at him again and got punched again, and then I realized I needed to just walk away.
Or stay down?
And I was just, I had a black eye and blood everywhere.
Oh God.
He hit me pretty good, and I was just trashed. I'd like to think that if I was sober, I would have never gotten in the fight. So we'll never know.
Do you even remember how it started?
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm just curious.
That's no.
What are the steps to getting? I'm just kidding.
I
think
was
they're
with this
worth
girl.
it.
I was with this girl, and it's a really
you
bad
all learn
story.
this?
She said something racist.
Okay.
The girl I was with, yeah. So and the guy was offended, and he said something racist back to her. Like it was like and I said, hey, you can't talk to her like that. and
Like a
and
dead
then
fish.
and then
Got
he
your
said
ass
something back to me, and I was drunk, and I walked up to him, and he just knocked me, and I remember I got back up. I was like, what the hell? And then he knocked me again as soon as I got back up, and then I just stayed down, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm not getting back.
I got up and walked away. I just like,
Oh my God.
that was my street fight.
Well, that
it was
wasn't-
in the street.
That wasn't your fault, though. Are you still
Yeah.
friends with this girl?
No, not one bit.
Okay.
No,
Karma right
garbage
there.
female.
Jeez.
Garbage.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
garbage
girls will get you in
female.
fights.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
I dated this girl, and she would start throwing a fit in front of the house, and I'm like, you're gonna have the cops called on us. I won't be a part of this fit, and I'll just go inside. And you just left me sitting out there. I was like, yeah, you were trying to get the cops called on me. Like I knew what you were throwing a fit. Like this is nuts what you're doing.
Right.
Not all girls are like that, but I'm just saying they will get you. They're
No.
No.
You seem so chill that it's
Yeah.
like hard to imagine. Like,
I am though. I was in that situation too. I was like, oh, you're this is the wrong guy to like try to cause drama. I'm just gonna walk away. So, and I can't believe you just walked away. I was like, well, yeah, that's what you do when someone does something, throws a fit.
There was this one time I went to a pool party, and this is when I was like I think I was like an undergrad or something. I didn't actually drink at all until I was like 26 or something. I hadn't had my first drink. But anyways, I wasn't drinking. I drove to the party, and my friends were like having it. And anyways, I took this girl that I was like interested in. And anyways, we went to this party, and like we had our fun, whatever. Then we're like leaving, and all of a sudden security like comes up to us and like grabs me and like tries to put me like my arms behind my back, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here, right? It turns out that this girl like stole a purse or something from another girl or whatever, right? So they didn't even really grab her or anything. They grab me, they throw me to the floor, they like put me in cuffs, they take me back, they search my pockets, they realize I don't have anything, and then it turns out that this girl like had the stuff or whatever that she had taken or something, and I was like, oh my god, this is the like the worst experience that I've ever had.
Was that here? Where was that?
That was in New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And then I was banned from that casino because of that event.
Oh my God.
So
wow.
So I didn't even know I was banned until the next time I went to a concert or something, and then I went to go gamble, gave my like driver's license, and I started like playing, and they're like, hey sir, we're gonna have to kick you out. And they like it literally had like 4 security guards like guide me out of the casino. I was like, what the hell? But yeah,
You're like making us girls sound horrible.
I was a lot more picky. I was a lot more picky after that. So
no, we're just bad at picking them.
Oh my God. Believe it or not, I've actually been in a fight.
oh, really?
Mel.
I knew
Yeah.
it.
Tell us
Yes.
about it. Tell us
I
about
need
it.
to know, and I can't believe I don't know
We
the
were trying to get to
story.
this part of the conversation.
Yeah, you should have been
I'm like, I
hello.
feel like I have to confess now. Honestly, not proud of it. That's why I'm like, it's not even worth it. I was in high school, my only fight ever. And so in high school, I played softball. And even though I was like a crazy competitive softball player, I would wear my cute little skirt and my big club ball bag, and I would go and I would put it in there. But because like I was like, wearing my skirts and looking like a girly girl, people would just like, there was like, that when you get in high school, there's like, you realize like there's a Mexican gang and a black gang, and like, there's no real gangs in Gilbert, by the way.
The goons.
Yeah, there
Gilbert
are.
goons.
It's like blood in, blood out or something.
Oh my God.
You went to high school in Gilbert?
Yeah.
All right, continue. This is adding up. Of course you were in a fight.
And so I was like, and I just kept walking, and I always dropped my bag, and they would like say all these things like, we're going to jump you after school. And I'm like, oh God, like why? I just want to like go to school and like go to practice after, And every time I would change out and go to practice, I would hear them all the way to practice. And so like finally one day it got like really bad, and I just said something back, and I was just like, dude, I will meet you at the park. Like I'm done. I'm done. And because I never fought back because I was a starter, I was like, obviously it was like sports or this. And I'm like, oh.
Were you bigger or smaller than them or what?
I was definitely smaller than them.
Yeah.
I was little. And so finally I told like one person, I'm like, we're meeting at the park at this time. Don't tell anybody. Like, I don't want people to find out. My coach finds out I'm dead. And so, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go home, touch the doorknob, and like, the whole like, and then go to the park. So I did all that, went to the park. The whole freaking school was there.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, great. I am not going to
They're all ready
start
to
next
watch
week.
it.
And like literally. And
That's
so
how it always goes down.
Oh, right. I was like, don't tell anybody. Who told everybody? And so I showed up by myself with my guy friends, which was stupid. She showed up with her sisters and all these other girls. And I was
my
all
God.
like, oh shit, I'm really going to get jumped. All right, here we go. And so I walk up, and then my brother, my older brother's like my best friend. He didn't live with us at the time, but he just so happened to like visit me that day. He went by and he went to the house. And he's like, where's Mel? And my neighbor's like, oh, she's getting into a fight. And he's like, what? And so he got in his car, went straight to the park. And right as we were walking up to one another, all you hear is,
Stop.
And I look up, and my brother, he's gnarly. He's just coming through, gets out of his car, and he's like, hold up. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, how did you know? And he goes, we'll talk about it later. He's like,
Get in the car.
Yeah, for real.
he's like, this is going to be a fair fight. And he looks at the girls. He goes, and I'll hit a bitch. And I'm like, oh my God, bro, you're crazier than me. Okay. I was like, okay.
You needed this though at that moment.
And I was like, okay, cool. And so then we like start fighting, and it was horrible. I'm actually happy he was there. I did kick her ass, and I'm not proud of it. And like to the point where
Wait, you're not
I'm
proud
not,
of it?
because I don't like, I felt bad afterwards. Like that's the fucked up
She
part
started
about
it.
She
So
did
why
start
did you
it.
feel bad? Was she smaller than you?
No, we are the same size. She was bleeding. So what happened was we rolled into the street. And when you like get into a fight, you literally like, you go numb. Like you don't remember anything. And I'm just like hitting her and she can't get up. And so she got so scared, she went up and bit me somewhere. Ugh. I still have the mark. And so my brother saw us run to the street and he's like, oh my God, I don't want Mel to like slam her head into the concrete. So like at that time, he like he pulled me off her and he's like, okay, you're done. And then all of a sudden we hear like the cops coming and he's like, all right, threw me in the car and we just took off. And it was like a thing like, you don't tell anybody who got into a fight, blah, blah, blah. So the next day I went to school and my history teacher was one of my coaches and he's like, how was your day? And I was like, it was good, coach. What's going on? And he's like,
bite mark on your neck.
Yeah, for real. You're like, that's my boyfriend.
I know. And I felt like everybody knew, but nobody said anything.
Nice.
Even my coaches knew. And I was just like, great. Like if like softball was like the one they looked forward to, you know? And I was all like, oh, thank God. So yeah, that was my story. There, it's just like, and it wasn't worth it, Danielle.
Well, Mel's bully. If you want a rematch, I got you. Whoever you are out there.
You got to promote it this time, though.
She doesn't have too much brain damage, and she's watching this.
Oh, man.
Live at Lane Park.
But to end it, like, I never got picked on again after that. Like going to like go softball practice, I was like, damn, that's all it took.
They're like, I ain't messing with this girl.
They're like, the girl with the short skirts, don't talk to her. Don't talk shit to her.
I was like, I'm going to continue on with my cute little outfit.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I only got in one.
Oh, man.
I think I only got in a couple of fights, but there was like way in middle school or something. There was one guy that was like 200 pounds or something. I was like this little scrawny, skinny kid, whatever. And this guy was coming after me, and like I was like, this guy's gonna kick my ass. So I just kicked him in the nuts, and the fight was over.
Wow,
is that cheating?
That is. Cheating.
It was, but he had a weight advantage. Like he was literally double my weight, literally.
Oh,
so I was like, I'm gonna lose this.
There's a
nut kick.
There's this movie. There's this movie that just came out on Netflix, and it's called Rebel Ridge, and it's freaking awesome. But the premise is this dude is out of the Marines, and these cops are messing with him, and he's extremely well mannered, and he's not gonna get into a fight or a brawl until they've hit his last nerve, and he just fucks these guys up, and it's awesome. It's an awesome action movie, but part of it is he tells them, and he was in the Marines, he was never deployed, and the cops are like looking at his record, and they're like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to fight, he's never deployed, even though he's had all kinds of training. They don't realize he was actually while he was in the Marines, you find out he was a mixed martial arts instructor and one of the best in the world, and they have no idea. And he says to the cops, he goes, before today, I've never actually been in a real fight, and I mean he fucks these guys up. Like he actually knows every
like Roadhouse.
Oh, it's just like it.
Oh,
He knows every technique perfectly. If you Google like the martial arts he does, they Google it, and he's on the front cover as the best director that ever. But like, and he tells me, he's like, I've never even been in a real fight until you guys have pushed my very last button. I'm out of options. I'm gonna have to just destroy all of you. It's a really cool movie. But I identify with that guy because I was in the infantry. All you do is Brazilian jiu-jitsu all the time. And I always say, like, all you're taught in the Army, especially in the infantry, is just how to kill someone. So I'm scared to get in a fight because I would just do whatever it took to just kill you real quick. And I'm like, man, then I'm going to go. I even had someone break into my apartment one time, and I thought, okay, what would I do? I would just grab that butcher block and just kill him real fast. And I was like, that would suck. I'd have to go to court. What can I do to not let there be a fight? And I always think that. I'm like, I don't ever want to like get to where there's a fight because so many things could happen. Like your brother, someone getting their head smashed in. And I said all that.
Lose an eye or something. Yeah.
I said all that to say you should go watch this movie. It's really cool.
What was it called again?
Rebel Ridge.
Rebel Ridge.
So cool. Yeah. It just
on
came
Netflix.
out like a week ago.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
But it reminds me of you.
Oh.
If you were to ever finally hit your
break?
last button, you finally break and you're like,
Oh my God.
you don't know this, but I'm a WWE.
Immediately elbow drop. They're like, I don't know. This is fight.
So let's talk more about this. Tell us about
Yes.
the wrestling thing. Like, how did this get started? Like, what happened?
Well, I grew up a wrestling fan, so I always loved it as a kid.
We all were. Like, it was amazing
good.
back in the day.
Yeah.
It was like, how old are you?
I'm 36.
Yeah, so you're like our age. So like, it was very popular. It was banging. Yeah,
We probably watched you.
people. Yeah, probably. I'm
Because
sure.
you start at a really young age, right?
No.
No?
No. I started watching
14.
wrestling as a kid. Yeah. You would see me in the audience. Like, yeah. No.
All right, so continue.
Okay.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. Yeah. So grew up a wrestling fan and then kind of fell off as we got older, like into high school and things like that. But I was living in LA and I was acting, trying to do that whole thing. And I saw there was a casting call for this reality TV show called Tough Enough. And basically what this reality show is you compete to win a contract with the WWE.
Nice.
So I was like, I don't want to do reality TV, but if I could win a contract to be like a WWE diva, like hell yeah, like those chicks are badass. So I was like, I'll try out for the show. Tried out for the show. They're like, well, we don't want you to be on the show, but we want you to come back and have like an actual tryout with us to be signed with the company. And I was like, perfect. Like, you know, hopefully if I can like make this tryout, I don't have to do the show. That would be awesome. So I found a wrestling school in LA to make sure that I liked it and that I could do it. And I fell in love with it as I started training, went to my tryout. They signed me and then I moved to Orlando a few months later and I was in Orlando for 6 years with the WWE. So
Nice.
Can you name drop a little? Did you train with anyone we'd recognize?
I mean, I helped. So the Rock's daughter, Simone, she wrestles there now. So he came in to help her. So I was able to kind of work with her a little bit and him too. And which was like incredible.
That's
because
super
he's
cool.
just like so good at everything,
very
every
cool.
little detail. So I guess that's probably like the biggest wrestling
Is
celebrity.
Orlando a hot spot for all that?
Well, they have a training facility there.
Is it their main training facility or is
Yes.
it just a training?
It's their
okay.
main, like
Okay.
mostly everyone who goes through WWE starts there, unless you're like already so established and already like a superstar and they bring you in. But they train like a lot of their talent from the ground up starting there. So a lot of people learn to wrestle there. So it was.
It's all
Because there used to be two separate ones, right? WWF and WW.
WE?
Was it WWE as
Danielle,
well?
can you give us some
Wait,
insight?
but it's-
Well, it was
the
WWF,
difference?
but then that changed because
They
now that's
combined or
like
something, right?
Wildlife Federation. So then it turned into WWE.
That's why it turned into that?
Yeah, because the Wildlife. What is
Okay,
it? World Wildlife Federation? What is
I
it? Something
didn't
like
know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know either.
Cool. That's good to know. I always wondered why it was so confusing.
I know. But if you look up WWF now, I think there's like a panda as the logo, so you can
'Cause I
kind of
remember, like,
see.
I
The
thought there was like
pandas
two
one.
separate ones or something. I thought there was two separate ones, right? Like back in the day, like there was
I mean,
like
there's,
one
like,
was like the clear
ECW,
one, and
there's,
one
like,
was like the more wild one with
WCW.
Mankind and like all these other wild like
Yeah,
wrestlers.
there was like other like promotions within that time period
Yeah.
as well.
But yeah, was it McMahon? He's the one that runs that whole organization, right? Or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about like what kind of moves did you learn or like.
You learn like the basics to start, of course. So like you learn how to run the ropes, you learn how to chain wrestle, and then you learn like psychology of matches, like why you do certain moves, why you do certain things here and there. But training I guess I could tell you guys about training at the Performance Center because that was a whole thing in itself. Like we would train 3 hours in the ring, then we would lift for an hour, we'd have promo classes, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, we'd be driving to different towns in Florida, which the shows would just be at armories because we're like still learning and getting repetitions in for matches. So that was kind of our schedule every single week. So it was very like, you know, by the book, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're off Sunday, repeat it all again. But that's better for me.
How long were you there?
I love that.
6 years.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
That is a long time. That'll put ingrain some habits into you.
Oh, yeah,
that you'll carry with you the rest of your life.
Well, speaking of Scottsdale, I hated Orlando. So when I did get a chance to move back here, I was like, thank God.
You hear that? Scottsdale's better than Orlando.
Orlando,
Oh.
it doesn't have shit except for Disney World, and like that's
Yeah,
cool. But
that's true.
No, yeah, Disney World and tourists and a lot of like really shitty areas. Of course,
Yeah,
there's
it's a
little
swamp.
pockets.
It's a literal swamp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The humidity, no. We like the dry heat here, not.
Yeah, thank God. Especially us with hair.
So one question
oh,
I had.
yeah.
So one question I had in terms of this wrestling,
Mhm.
did it affect like in the bedroom? Did you like get your guy and like?
I feel like that's every guy's easy like pickup. no, every guy's like easy pickup
you
line.
wrestle me?
Exactly.
I would never go that low.
Once they find out, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Will you wrestle? Will you wrestle me?"
I'm like, that was like the
or-
first text message to you.
Was it? I don't even
And you just
remember.
pick him up. You're like, ah.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's like mostly every new guy I ever like say that to says that. I'm like,
Did you get pretty buff during that time?
yes, I would say so. But I probably lift more now than I.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you lift?
Yeah.
What's your routine when you go to the gym?
So I just started I have training blocks. So I just finished a 12-week program. The new one I'm on is I will do legs 3 days a week, upper body 2 days a week. And then I like to do stuff like Pilates and spin, like the girly classes too.
Nice.
So
Pilates is a lot of core.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if I was gonna go, I don't really go to the gym like you would. I know I look jacked.
You're like you would think.
I never go to the gym. Okay, I have spurts. Sometimes I'll go a full week and then I won't
That's
go
good.
for 3 or 4 months. But I'm so active that I don't, and I eat really healthy, so it's not super important that I go. But when I do go, I really do focus on legs, and then I do a lot of planks, and I think I want to just do Pilates because I think core is so important. A lot of my friends my age, they lift a pencil and they hurt their back and they tweak something, and I'm like, well, you have zero core. You don't do anything to take care of your. What do you think, Jerome?
Well, apparently Joel's been focusing on butt. He's been trying to build his butt recently.
Aw.
Hip thrusters.
I notice I don't have a butt, so I
Yes.
do. The first thing I do when I go to the gym, and like I said, I'll have spurts. I haven't been in the gym in a few months, but maybe next month I'll go 10 days in a row. First thing I do, right? I always just stick to the Stairmaster for about an hour. People are
Okay.
like, all you do is camp out in the Stairmaster. I'm like, yeah, I like to just get my butt going, and then I'll go do
You were
some
kidding.
squats and I'll do anything legs
Okay.
because just in carpentry, whatever I'm doing, I'm always doing upper body stuff. So
Yeah.
if I go to the gym, I just try to focus on legs and core. I hit planks hard. I think just the stuff that I miss outside of the
Yeah.
gym.
Yeah.
You
legs
should
and
work out with
core.
us. You should come
Yeah.
with us to the gym.
I don't have time. That's the reason I don't go. I'm not against going to the gym. I'm all over the place, and I walk my dog in the morning, and by the time I finish walking her, I get my day started. And it's like, when do I go to the gym? Right after I walk my dog? It's like, fuck, an hour of walking my dog, an hour at the gym.
When do you wake up in the morning? What is your schedule? Your daily
Yeah.
schedule?
Since I quit working in the food and beverage industry, I wake up usually right around 4:30. I'm awake, and then sometimes I'll hop right out of bed, which is like a military thing but I think since I've been out of the Army so long, I'm used to laying in bed an extra 30, 40 minutes. So maybe I'll get out of bed like 5:30.
Okay.
That's not
Yeah,
bad
that's
at
good.
all.
That's good wake up time.
I love the mornings. I'm a morning person.
Yeah.
I'm the only one I know that is, because there's no one to talk to in the morning.
What gym do you guys go to?
I have a personal trainer, so I go to Arizona Fit Pro and then Scottsdale Body. Have you been there before?
No, but I know AZ Fit Pro. He's really cool.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, right?
Dan.
Yeah, Dan Hartman. So yeah, I mean, it's like I am used to like one-on-one trainings, but like with Dan, it's cool because you get like a girlfriend in the morning to hang out with and like work out and you push one another. So I don't know, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I go to Lifetime, and then I have Class Pass, so I can do all my fun little classes when I don't feel like getting underweight. But usually I'm at Lifetime every day,
Yeah.
which I love.
5-star fitness every single day of the week.
Shout out Jay.
I mean, what did you go to?
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
You guys don't have a gym at the hospital?
The thing is, I stay busy though. Like I even though I don't go to the gym, I'm always doing something for. I'm running like multiple companies and work at the hospital full time and do this podcast and a few other things. So
We're gonna get me.
I didn't make time for it.
on some
So
kind
I
of program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it's like a squat hold between patients or something,
yeah.
you know, like
But
just booty
But
band.
I always take the stairs at the hospital, so it's a
Good.
workout. So every single
Yeah.
it's literally up down. So I do get a workout in there a little bit, you know. So but I need to start going to the gym. Yeah.
Wait, I want to hear more about like your life in the hospital because like I don't know that life of you.
I work in a hospital for group in Prescott, actually. I do critical care. I used to do cardiology before in Indianapolis, and then
Oh,
I switched
wow.
kind of during COVID. Now I own a company called Viva IV Therapy here in Scottsdale that does IV hydration. We do weight loss like semaglutide, tirzepatide, all that type of stuff. Some other peptides, but we were doing a lot more. But then the FDA kind of restricted a few things. We also do some urgent care services and some aesthetics like Botox filler, microneedling with PRP.
You do
PRP
that?
with- yeah.
Wow.
Me and my nurses. And then I'm also a medical director for a couple companies in Indiana that I worked with. I kind of met them at the hospital. So they're also medical aesthetic businesses. One of them does IV therapy. The other one doesn't and focuses more on like laser aesthetics, everything else. And then I'm also starting a couple companies in New Jersey and New York here soon. And then I kind of just started a medical marketing agency type thing. And then
Like-
what else? And then
You sound
How
like,
many things
yeah,
you got
you,
going on
you
here?
sound like us. Your plate's full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, to be honest, a lot of this stuff doesn't take all that much
Yeah.
time, but the nice thing is about once you start one, you get all the experience and understand kind of what to do for the rest. So it makes it so much easier. And they all kind of interweave together.
Yeah.
And then, we started doing this podcast because me and Joel said, hey, we want to get the name of Scottsdale out there. We want to kind of show them what Scottsdale's about, because there's a lot of people that just don't even know anything about Scottsdale. And there's a lot of people that talk trash about Scottsdale. So
I don't care about those people either.
no, I don't care. I don't care either.
Your
but
opinion
but the
isn't
thing
invalid.
is that I kind of want to build a local community, because it's also going to help us in terms of our businesses, and then I'd like to just help in terms of networking other businesses as well, and just getting to know interesting people around town. So a lot of times here in Scottsdale, you have like these short conversations with people, or like superficial conversations. So the one thing I like about the podcast is that you get to bring them on, talk to them, know a little bit about their life, and like, you know, I've probably seen you like so many times. We've never had a full conversation.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
my favorite part about
And
it.
I love that, to be honest. So that's one of
Yeah.
the great things that I actually love about this podcast. And we've got to know a lot about different people in all types of different careers. And it's just interesting seeing different perspectives on different things, you know?
I had no idea you went to high school in Gilbert.
And we've been
Back to this.
We've been friends
You
for.
were good.
I had no idea.
Like, how long have we been friends for? Like 10
Where did I
year-
go to
10
high school?
Years? Chandler.
See,
Oh,
that's
fuck. Okay, fine.
Anyone?
Fair.
Anyone
Desert
been
Mountain. Did
listening?
you go to Desert Mountain?
Tucson.
You went to
Oh.
what?
I was born and raised in Tucson.
I feel like that
I
almost
did
doesn't
not know
count.
that. Yeah, that doesn't count.
Facts.
No, I want to know that.
That's so funny you say that.
You
That's
dropped
true.
out in sixth grade, actually.
No, I got a good education. I was good. I was smart. I'm not anymore. I've smoked too much.
Just take a few weeks off. Your brain will
But-
bounce right back.
Did you go to college, Joel?
I went from Tucson. I went to. I grew up my whole life. I've been into carpentry. Believe it or not, I don't talk about it a lot on podcasts, but I went to Pima Community College for building and construction technologies.
Okay.
And 2 semesters in, I was just bored because I don't want to say I knew it all, but it was some boring shit. It was math, and I've always been really good at math, and so the math was really simple and boring. And then it was a vocational school. It's a community college, and so I didn't really try to get into the U of A because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I was good at the carpentry stuff, so I just went to community college for that. And then I'm a product of 9/11. I'm a real patriot. My dad was in the Army, and I was really offended when 3,000 Americans died that day, and so I joined the Army, and I did the Army for 7 years, and then being in the Army was really good for me. It was the best thing I could have done as far as helping me, just because I've always been kind of a wild spirit, but it like reined me in, kept me boring, right, Jerome?
No,
I thought
think
you were gonna hit
I think
the
it's
Z's.
great. I was going to do that. I actually love when you talk about this stuff, because I think it's interesting, you know?
I didn't know about that. I mean, obviously, growing up with you, like, you know, I knew like the party and the fun and the crazy, you know, like, I mean, when we were younger, we were insane. But like, and then I hear this side of you, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like all different, you know. I have so much more respect for you, and that I don't respect you, but you know what I mean? That's like such a cool.
Yeah, well, I think some people will come out of the military and lean on that for the rest of their lives, and that's a very stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
You should lean on it in that it's going to really help you with habits and discipline that other people around you have no clue how to develop. And you're like, that's a walk in the park for me. I have no problem getting up early. I have no problem brushing my teeth every day. I have no problem showing up to work on time. Those things that you guys are all struggling with are so easy for me. And so that's whatever. Like that's just, and so that's the one thing it really helps you with. But as far as wearing that on your sleeve, that's a really bad idea, and it's not going to get you very far. And I do see a lot of people do that. And I don't care, they can do it, but it really won't get you into any doors. The only thing that's going to get you into doors really is hard work and showing people that you can perform.
Why did you pick the Army specifically?
My dad was in the Army when I joined.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, when
That's a good
I went to Afghanistan, my dad went to Afghanistan, my brother went to
damn.
Afghanistan, my other brother went to
Whole
Afghanistan. I have 5 sisters, and they're all married to. We're a very patriotic family.
So you're basically an Afghan.
I'm essentially an Afghan. Yeah.
Have you heard of Grafenwehr?
No.
In Germany? It's like a base over there, but I went there when I was working for Fox Sports, and we got to do a lot of like the training that they put everyone through. Like we got to be in the different vehicles, and it was like a 360 screen where you would see like where they were in Afghanistan. So it was that type of training. And then we were also like in a computer lab where everyone was in a different vehicle and you're like communicating. So we got to do a lot of like cool training things that were very interesting.
Well, Afghanistan is one of those things where the conflict, we were over there, the U.S. was over there, and you've seen the movies as far as the rules of engagement. So you're just getting shot at. So everyone from that was in the Army during the time I was in the last 10 years, 15, 20 years, just has insane anxiety and PTSD issues because all you're doing is just sitting there as a target, and you don't know who you're fighting. And so the people that, a lot of veterans, my brother, he was in the Army with me, he's extreme PTSD. And I even, if a door slams, it's going to make me winch a little.
Right.
You're literally just getting shot at every day. So it's a weird thing to train for because you're just like, oh, cool. What am I doing?
Like,
I'm just learning how to just get shot at.
Right.
Because we definitely weren't going over there trying to shoot at anybody.
Right.
I still don't think we know why we were there. I think it was very political, but we don't get into politics long on here.
Yeah. You guys own guns?
She does. I've met her brothers.
Nice.
Tell us about your brothers a little.
So I have 3 younger brothers. We all are in like different fields, but yes, if we're going to talk specifically about guns, yes, they are very pro-gun. They all have guns. Like they're protected funny. If we need it.
What about you?
Well,
she has to.
Basically, they're gifting me a gun for Christmas.
Her brothers are
so you don't own one right now?
No, I don't, but
she doesn't have a choice. Her brothers are like, hey, they came up to me and they go, you're going to own one too. And I was like, well, I smoke a lot of weed. I don't think I should own a gun. And he goes, nope, stop smoking. You need to own a gun.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Priorities here. No, like I've tried to like shooting guns. Like I'll go to the range. I it's just like a little scary to me, but I'm trying, like I know gun safety. I do a lot of work for Axon Taser, which is, the body cams that cops wear.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've helped play a role as a cop. So I know all my gun safety. I know how to draw. I know everything. But when it comes to like going to the gun range, like it's a little scary still to me.
It is scary at first, Like I grew up with the cops and my dad was like, you got to know how to shoot a gun. If something happens to me.
Your dad was a cop?
He still is. He retired and went back in.
Gilbert?
No. Thank God he works in Gilbert now. Most of my life he worked in Phoenix, and I'm not like the best parts of Phoenix. I feel like the first time I shot a gun, like it's just like everything in her body is like, oh God, and then like you have to keep doing it, and
then the power you have. So it's like to me, I'm like, oh gosh,
and it just goes away, and then you're like, I want to shoot a bigger gun, and then I want to try this gun, and then that's where you start like doing these. I don't know.
Yeah, I've done like rifles. I prefer that over like handguns because handguns are scarier to me than like rifles. Yeah.
We had I've been shooting guns since I was like a little kid because I was raised in the mountains, and my dad would always like let like people like shoot the rifle, etc. And then he let one of my like aunts shoot like the rifle one time. It was like a 30-06 rifle, right? So anyways, we're like, hey, just watch out because it gives a good kick back, and we just don't want the scope to hit you. And she shot it, and boom, sure enough, like it hits her eye, and she had like a little like circle around her eye. Oh my God. I was like, you didn't hold it like we told you.
We'll shoot your eye out.
We warned her, but oh my God, yeah, we should have let her shoot like a smaller gun first, but
that's how you learn. I'm just kidding.
So what kind of topics have you all discussed talking about on your podcast?
Let me think. What did we do? The first time we kind of just like shot the shit. I think what we want is like more of a variety show based on, I don't know, things.
What's that mean, variety show?
Like our lifestyle. So like we were saying, like when we travel the world, we want to talk about like either like businesses, people, or places. And so one day we may be somewhere where we're like talking about like, I don't know, a restaurant, like where we're at right now, and like our favorite things about it. And then the next thing we're talking about a certain person, like maybe a wrestler, and like hear their story. And it's just like a variety. And then we have like the hot topics that Danielle is like actually the best at, because she goes through all these random things. I don't even know where she finds them on.
Because I'm addicted to the internet.
Do you have a
just
TikTok?
Writing shit down all the time.
I don't. But like,
then
I know.
You're not that bad.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just Instagram.
I think technically everyone's addicted to the internet at this point.
I like Twitter, and that's like the new like.
Do you look at your phone when you're sleeping? When you do wake up in the middle of the night and check no. So do you have your phone next to the bed?
Yes.
So you wake up at 3 a.m. and you don't, I wonder if I have a text.
I check the time because I'm like,
is
it time to get up? Like, you know what I mean?
So you don't set an alarm?
I do set an alarm too, but I usually wake up before it every single day.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
So
it's kind of weird how that works.
Is there a medical thing for that, Miha?
I don't know. I just don't even set
Isn't
my
it like
alarms
your
anymore. I
circadian
just wake
workers?
up at a certain time and I'm just like, all right.
Same. I haven't never set an alarm in forever.
I think we're just
I would
getting-
just be nervous just in case.
But I always tell Jerome, he'll be like, "Oh, when should we do the podcast?" I go, "Definitely not in the morning. I don't want to start setting an alarm."
Okay, that makes sense.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I don't look at my phone like for the first hour that I'm awake.
You don't. See,
No.
that sounds healthy.
That's so good. I know. I regret it when I start checking my phone. I'm like, gosh, dang it.
Because then my brain just automatically goes to everything I have to do instead of like getting that Zen moment in the beginning of the day.
Since we
like-
started the pod, I think I look a little more.
It's different for me. Yeah, but
Yeah, of course, because you're like trying to think.
I'm
and
curious, like what the comments were while I was
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
That can get dangerous too.
Yeah.
Like when I was wrestling, I'd have a match and like I'd be like looking at what everyone's saying and just it was a lot of negativity too, and that like I realized really affected me.
oh yeah, I
Okay.
could imagine. Just people are crazy.
You have quite a bit of followers on Instagram. Are they all real?
Yeah, they're all real.
Okay.
Most of them came from wrestling though.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
have a lot of wrestling fans.
Yes.
And
She
when did you
does.
gain most of those? What year? Instagram's been around what? 15 years?
Yeah, I think so. So when I got signed with WWE, which would have been, I was 28, so and I'm 36. Do the math. I'm not good at math. I'm like,
So 10 years
He's
ago.
good at math.
Oh,
that's
that's
not 10
bad math.
years ago. I'm like, holy shit.
Have you guys ever played duck pin bowling?
No.
Well, anyways, in the Midwest, this is
You've played?
I never heard of it before until I moved to the Midwest, and they're like duck pin places everywhere, right? And anyways, they're like, yeah, we got to go play duck pin. Anyways, I played it up there, but I hadn't seen it. In
I've
Arizona.
never heard of it in my life.
Me either.
It's big out there, but
No.
anyways, I hadn't heard of it until I haven't seen one here in Arizona until I was in this place, Lane Park. But
Every game they have here is super random. Between I know hatchet throwing. I've still never been hatchet throwing, but I have been seeing it more on my radar. And then now duck pin bowling,
yeah.
and then
Have to try
curling.
it.
It's all pretty random for me. But so the Midwest. This is a Midwest bar.
We'll play a game, see what happens.
I like this.
I think I would be really good at it.
I'm good at regular bowling.
How about hat? I feel like she would be good at
decent.
hatchet because of the WWE thing, you know? Like she'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
I've done it once and it took me a while to like
Yeah, get it, like,
the
perfect
flow,
it.
get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rhythm. Yeah. So
Oh, man. Oh, by the way, we talked about snowboarding. He's never been.
what?
Never been snowboarding.
I've never been on a snowboard.
We were just
you
talking
want to
about
get those legs?
I'm
Coming on
always
taking the
I'm not
podcast.
afraid of anything, and but I have to try to be more afraid of things because I'm always hurting myself, and so
Oh.
I've kind of put a limit on myself with snowboarding, and I've gone. My nephews are getting into it, and I'll go to the mountain, and I'll just chill in the gondola and get high or something because
Hot box.
I'm just like fuck. I don't want to get hurt again, and but I'm convinced that I'm ready to get hurt again.
All right, let's do it.
Do you snowboard?
No, not hurt,
Oh yeah.
but you know,
Well,
let's
I'm
do
more of a
snowboarding.
skier, but I've snowboarded.
You never been
times.
hurt on the
Oh,
snowboard?
well, the first time I ever snowboard, I hurt my wrist, but then I got like those guards, whatever.
Oh,
then
my
you
God.
fall.
So scary, especially for us.
Those guards are great because you just like fall as many times, they don't hurt. But
Yeah.
I'm more of a skier. I've been skiing since I was like a little kid, but I'm really good. I was actually an instructor for a little while.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
what?
That's okay.
A ski instructor?
Yeah.
You were
I could do all kinds of stuff.
in Albuquerque?
Holy crap.
In Taos. I'm actually from the mountains, so I'm actually not from Albuquerque. I'm from a little town called Truchas, and it's if you go to Taos, it's one of like it's actually a really good ski area. Then we used to go to Wolf Creek all the time. We used to go to
This is in New Mexico?
areas around Denver. Well, I used to travel a lot, but in New Mexico, there's a little tiny ski base called Sipapu. It's like a little tiny ski resort. Then the bigger one is Taos. That's more for skiers. They didn't allow snowboarders for the longest time. I think it's been a while since I've been there, but I think they do now. But then I used to go to Denver a lot because I have a lot of family in Denver, and there's plenty around that area.
So do you prefer to ski over snowboarding?
Yeah.
What's the best?
I've never tried.
What's the
I wanna
closest
try.
place here to snowboard?
Snowball,
Scottsdale.
right? Isn't it Snowball in
Snowball?
Flagstaff?
That's the
Yeah.
closest.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
Sunrise and
Where's Big
Snowball.
Bear?
Big Bear.
California. Yeah, California.
So Snowball's the closest though?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can drive there.
Well, those two. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have any special talents?
Special talent.
Besides wrestling and
Like
teeth cleaning?
Oh, you're an actor. Can you sing? Can you?
No, I can't sing. I'm terrible at accents.
Oh my God, I wish I could sing.
Oh, I'm a great
Wish I
singer.
could dance.
Really.
La 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 la.
Backflips? What can you do?
I
Joel's actually a good singer.
Are you really?
I crush it on karaoke.
All
on,
right,
Joel.
when are we going?
I've always wanted to sing.
You want me to sing right now?
Yeah.
let's go.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
going to sing right
Okay,
now.
you
All
can't
right,
say
here I
that.
go.
and not
Come on,
sing.
Joel.
No. But I like French opera
Ooh.
and country music.
I love country. Do you country dance?
No,
Not yet.
No, I do.
You do?
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
love
anyways,
country dancing.
back in the day, when I was in in high school, actually, my parents forced me to take like country lessons and like salsa lessons, whatever. And I used to
Good.
hate it at that time. But then, like when I was like 18 and an undergraduate, there was like the salsa place where like everyone would go to, and like those skills came in like clutch. Like, during that
Jerome is a
time.
good salsa dancer. I've seen him.
Oh my
Really?
God.
But yeah, so
Have you all ever salsa danced?
No, I want to learn. I
A
really
long
do.
time ago.
it's fun. It's easy.
I would be terrible, but I'd have a blast.
Is there salsa places around here?
There has to be, right?
There's
I feel
a
like
lot
downtown
on.
Phoenix, they have like a night where
There's this place that I used to go to in
Oh.
Washington D.C. and they would do
Oh, Washington D.C. does have a
salsa
lot.
night. And the first night, the first hour, they would just teach you basic salsa dancing moves. Okay, so just enough to get you in there, and then the next hour, just dance. That was
Cool.
the best
I need to
salsa
do
night,
that.
and
Yeah.
I've ran all these bars in town, and I've tried to incorporate a salsa night just from that because it was so cool. Not one person's interested.
Yeah, they used to have one at the Blue Martini. Like, what is it over there?
Is that still there?
it's on
I
High
don't,
Street.
well, I don't
yeah.
even know if it's
I
still
hate
there.
to even
It's
say
been
that.
it's been forever
It's
since
still
I've been
there.
Oh my
But
gosh.
they used to have that. I used to
go.
go there once in a while. That was fun. And then country was it Buffalo Chip?
Oh, I love Buffalo Chip too.
Yeah, they do the line
I've
dancing.
never been.
Really?
I've been dying to go. I'm a
You
huge
can't go during the
I'm
well,
a huge country girl.
During the summer, it's a little hot, but
Yeah.
it's fun. You got to get a good group, and then jump on the mechanical bull, dance, all kinds of stuff. It's
Dude,
fun.
we should go.
Speaking of other goals, you're allowed to ride a baby bull at Buffalo Chip if you sign a waiver.
I know.
yeah.
My girlfriend
I
like,
need to do
got
it.
really hurt off that, so I'm
Dan
just
Young
kind of
broke
like,
his back.
It looks
Yeah.
like a full-grown bull. I've
I-
seen people ride it.
They give like the
It doesn't
men the
look like a
bigger. No,
baby.
they give the men bigger bowls, but I've seen
Oh.
the ones the women ride, and they usually give.
I
them
wanna
the
do
smaller
it
ones.
so bad.
I know it looks so fun.
I can't break more ribs.
yeah,
How many are you allowed to
no.
break?
I don't know.
I'm down. How many ribs do we have? I've broken like 6. I don't know, and they stay broken, right? I don't know if I should break more. But
We look at you.
Like,
They'd probably put Mel like on one of those sheep or something.
yeah, she's like thinking she's about to ride this baby bull. She's like, oh wait.
like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
I want to do it bad. In fact, if you just drove me there and told me to do it, I would do it. That's how
We
much
should
I
do it on
want
the
to.
same night.
All right,
I'm
we're going
telling you.
tonight.
I
Okay.
won't just go do it because I know it's a bad idea.
It is.
But
Such a bad idea.
I'm so easy with peer pressure. So if you just literally put
Oh,
me on the
man.
bull, I will do it.
I'm only worried about like one of its legs coming down on my face. That's the only.
The
thing.
horns.
I'm not worried about that. They give you a helmet, so your face will be fine.
Okay. All right, then all is good.
You're gonna break a rib. You're gonna break a foot.
They're just so angry. Remember, like as a monster girl,
It's so
we went-
painful
we went
breaking
to-
things.
We went to PBR and we were like in the middle. They put you in the middle of it and like in this cage, and then the bulls come like running at you, and you're just like, Jesus Christ! And they're just so mad.
I wouldn't let go, or maybe I'd let go really fast, and then just it would get me.
Roll. Oh no.
No, you
All
can't
right.
just give up.
But I do have this idea. I've said this for a long time. Because when you go to this place, there's 1,000 people there.
There's a lot of people.
And people drive from everywhere to go see it. And I'm like, hey, if you really want to open a bar in Scottsdale and you want it to do good when you open, you will open in Scottsdale a bull riding bar. Somehow figure out the permitting and open a bar in Scottsdale so you don't have to. You know how many people drive drunk to get up to Cave Creek and back? Because
It's
there's
so
no Ubers.
far.
That Uber ride is so expensive.
It's
So
terrible.
it would be so great if we had a bull riding spot here in Scottsdale. Do it, and we would crush it. And the thing is, there's Cave Creek where the bull riding spot is in Scottsdale. I like talking about Scottsdale history on here. There's back in the day, maybe 10 years ago, there was a big ordeal in the newspaper, and this went on for months and months. Scottsdale is the most western town, and Cave Creek wanted that slogan, and they tried to get Scottsdale to drop it and not allow them to say that because they believe they are the most western town,
Okay.
which they probably are. They have bull riding, we
Yeah,
don't.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
But we have cops on horses, and we have stables right here, and we have wagon wheels all over our streets. So we tried. They have dirt roads. They're legit cowboys. I'll give it to them. But so but we won. We won. We're still the most western.
Okay.
We're on paper we're more cowboys than Cave Creek. That's a good
Which I'm sure is confusing when you come to visit.
And it's like Cave Creek truly isn't that
so
far.
it makes
Like,
sense for us to have
Yeah.
a bull riding spot.
It does, but where would it be?
Cave
Where it's,
Creek
like,
is so far.
overpacked here.
Oh.
I mean, what, a half-hour drive?
Oh, an hour.
That's not an hour from here.
Okay, hold
It's
on.
past-
Which one is it?
It's way past the 101, right? The north, like
It's
you have
past,
to.
yeah.
So okay,
I
how
used to
far
live-
away is Desert Ridge?
Okay, so Desert Ridge is probably like 30. So Cave
Yeah.
Creek's
Cave
probably
Creek
like
is
40.
further.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking 2 hours out of your night just spent driving.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
And the you can't serve after 2, so like
you got to get there early.
we need a bull riding spot in Scottsdale. Is all I'm saying. It would fit.
Man. I'm
I've always
scared.
said it's a great business plan.
Where's it gonna go?
Hey, let's get one in here, man.
Can we put bull riding in place
really
of the
want
curling?
38 minutes.
Huh? I don't. They had bull. Oh, that was a fake bull, right?
Yeah, that was the fake one.
Fake bull riding crushes it around here.
No, it does, and it's safer.
Well,
But the thing is, that's a
Saddle
lot of
Ranch-
liability for the bar, for one.
Quite a bit of
'Cause
liability.
I've actually dealt
Yeah.
in the hospital. I've actually dealt
Yeah.
with a broken leg secondary to a mechanical bull. It was really bad. Yeah.
Oh
Only-
God.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to get drunk and do it.
no, I wouldn't even ride the.
They have
big
rodeo
one.
in Tempe.
So it's probably by design. You got to stay sober to drive up there and then ride the bull.
And then after you're gonna get hammered.
Instead of
though.
going to Maya and then going to ride a bull.
Oh God. Can you imagine that?
Oh my God, that'd be the
No.
worst to deal with as
you
a
guys,
business owner.
You guys never went to Saddle Ranch?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay,
But that was
okay, I was
that
just
was
checking.
mechanical.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do they still do mechanical bull down in Tempe at rodeo?
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I rode that. I snapped my wrist on that bird, and then I went and rode it with the snapped wrist.
Oh my
It's just-
gosh.
you see me just wearing a cast doing it.
Oh God.
What happened to all the birds?
The birds, they're still around. I rode
I
one
haven't
last
seen one in a
night.
while.
You broke them all.
Oh, yeah,
I think they
forgot.
like.
I was on one last night.
They took
Okay.
out. Well, didn't they like seclude like certain areas here in Scottsdale?
That's why it's miserable. Yeah, there's all these zones you can't ride
Mm-hmm.
into it. Businesses or maybe the city of Scottsdale was like, oh, you can't have it here, you can't have it here, so they made all these dead zones
Yeah.
where there's. I got a ticket on a bird. Have any of you gotten one?
No.
For what?
I was working at Skylanes. There was a really big, they blocked the streets off around there, and I had to park a mile away. And so I get on a bird, and I'm just, okay, I'm going to take this bird into Skylanes. And a cop pulled me over in the street because it had been blocked off. He goes, the street's blocked off. There's no vehicles. You're on a vehicle. They gave me a ticket right there. And I'm a nice person. I don't sit there and make excuses. I just took the ticket. But I could have said, dude, I'm trying to go to work. And it made me late for work. Misha was like, where were you? I was like, I was getting a ticket on a bird. I had to pay it and everything. Scottsdale's the worst.
How much was it?
If I had paid it then and there, it would have been $50.
Oh, but you waited.
Yeah, it was like 500.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
I always
know,
do that.
right?
I always wait. I'm like, I'll get it one of these days. And then all of a sudden I lose my license.
Yeah,
I
you
got to go
forget
pay
it.
it.
You forget about it.
I have a
Until there's a
vicious,
warrant.
vicious cycle.
There's a warrant for Joel.
It's a word.
Yeah, there's
his
a
bird.
there's a
How'd you get a
bench warrant
warrant?
for your bird ticket. I honestly thought they would, by the time it got to a warrant, they would just throw it out. Be like, this is ridiculous. You're giving a guy a ticket on a bird.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Shame on them.
All right.
Have you been on a bird?
Yeah,
I feel like
I
everyone's
love
been on
it.
a
It's
bird.
fun.
Yeah.
They're dangerous as
Yeah.
hell.
They are, but they're fun.
Yeah, that's true.
It's because people do it drunk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably
But I was
when I've
totally
done it.
sober when I snapped my wrist completely. No lies. You would
Aw.
think I was drunk, but it's just,
You should just tell me you were drunk.
I should. I know it's a better story.
Yeah.
It's not as embarrassing. But I was trying to do tricks on it. I thought I was cool.
Okay.
Have you guys seen any people at your dentist office coming in with like broken teeth because of their bird accidents or anything? Or
Oh
no?
my God. Not because of the bird, or maybe they lied about it, but like the craziest stories. Like, like, oh, got another girl's story. The girl got me in a fight and punched my face, or this or that. Or they're never like good stories. And like, as I ask them, like, what happened to your front tooth? I'm like, you really should just lie. Like, like make something up. But
Did you guys ever see that video? I think it was at Hi-Fi. They were like throwing like a shot across the bar, like sliding it, and then it hit a girl like in the teeth, and it broke her tooth like in half.
Oh God.
Who was that girl?
She like
I don't
down on
remember
the
this.
bar? What,
Oh, I gotta find it. Monica. It was Monica. She used to work there at Hi-Fi. But yeah, they threw the shot down
Oh,
they slid it down the the bar, and it hit her on the tooth, and then you just see the tooth just fall out.
that's like my biggest
That would've been a great
nightmare,
commercial.
right? And we're like, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
you're right.
Come to Dennis of Scottsdale.
Mel, you said you have a modeling agency of your own?
I do.
Okay, so how many models?
Well, it's all over the state, so it matters what state.
Okay, and then you represent these models. You get them gigs.
Mhm.
What kind of gigs?
It could be anything. So like we did the CMA Fest in Nashville.
Nice.
Nitto Tires is like all over. So at Nitto Tires themselves, we do stuff in California. I've done cheer events, Super Bowl events. I mean,
These
honestly,
are
it's
supermodels, hand models, plus size models. What kind of models are we talking
I mean,
about?
if you're trying to get signed, Joel, like I'll sign you.
Would you sign me? You'd be my agent.
I mean, I'd be your agent.
What would I model?
So-
What could I model for?
I mean, you could even be an actor. Like I have all talent.
Oh, you do all talent.
I do literally everything. I book everything. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Do you want to sign?
Jerome's my manager. You'll have to talk to him.
Yeah.
I
know
love
if I
that.
need
I
an
love that. We can talk about it.
He'll talk
after.
his way down, like talk his
I
contract
just
down.
need to
know,
talk
right?
to Jerome. Yeah. I'm like, I tell everyone.
He's like, no, I'll take
I
5
go. I told Jerome one day. I was like, hey, I've just started telling people you're my manager.
Perfect.
Just like the other day, you're like, he's my assistant. Like,
He goes, I tell everyone that too about you. I was like,
Like, thanks.
people want to come on the podcast, and I'll be like, oh, you got to ask Jerome.
Well, there's people that we want in the podcast, and there's people that we don't want in the podcast. So then people will ask us, and I'll be like, "Oh, why can't I talk to Joel?"
you just blame one another.
Never get back to them.
Because then I know Joel will like be he'll be the guy that will be like just not respond or something,
Yeah.
and then he does the same thing to me. So we just it's been like a thing now.
I'm going to do that to you. I'm like, sorry, you have to talk to Danielle.
She's my manager.
Perfect. I'll just shut that shit down.
Hey,
Boom.
Danielle, I'm the same way. I'd be like, I dare him to ask me.
Boss daddy.
I'd be like, tell him to come ask me, Jerome. I'd be like, there's a reason they're asking you and not me. I've known them way longer. They know I know.
Well, we just learn like certain conversations and certain people like people want to watch, and some people it's a great conversation, but like I don't know, it's not.
But some people
visual
just
thing.
want to come on here to. I always say, I'm like, that guy just wants to come on there and validate himself. Be like, I did not kill that woman. I did not kill my husband. Or
Yeah.
like, who knows?
Oh my god! Take that out.
All right, Jerome's gonna delete that one. Yeah.
Wait, what's like one of the best stories? Someone came on here and was like, I just want to make this, like I didn't do this, or I'm this person, or blah, blah, blah. Like,
No, we don't let those people on here. We're not a place to come on here and validate yourself. And that is a thing though, I'm telling you, because if you look at if you look at our dashboard, we get right now we're getting 2 million plus views a month.
That's good.
Okay.
That's amazing.
And
It's more than that. That's just on Instagram.
okay, that's just
Oh.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so it's a good, if you want to defend yourself because you felt you look bad, and we're the greatest and the best party town in the world. We're still a small town. And so people
Super
want to
small.
come on and want to hit us up and be like, hey, I need to come on there and tell what really happened. And we're
Oh,
like,
I see.
bro, nobody cares for one. And no, we're not your place to validate yourself and tell us what
Good.
really happened and whether you did or didn't. I don't want to call anyone out. But yeah, we're just not a place for you to come on and validate yourself.
You're like, listen, you
But-
have your own Instagram. You
Yeah,
can
I know.
Go on your story and tell people what's up.
Yeah.
But not here.
but we're not that spot. So it's funny.
Well, we're still learning. We came into this knowing nothing from the podcast,
Yeah.
and then me and Joel just kind of winged it the first one, kind of put it together, and then we've gotten slowly better as time has gone on in terms of filming, editing, topics to talk about, how to create, like, just keep it interesting. It's a lot tougher than I would have thought initially. It's a different thing, but we're slowly learning. Me and Joel, we're like, hey, like, look at this. Like, I'll tell him, send him like, this seems like engaging, or this seems like interesting, or whatever. And then we kind of bounce ideas off each other and stuff. So good luck with you guys, because you'll slowly learn that, and it's interesting.
I'm just trying to get better at talking.
We're taking
talking.
notes right now, honestly. We're like, okay.
And then you see
Yeah.
yourself on camera, and you're like,
There's nothing I could do about
I
it.
say a lot. I say a lot, and we're like, but
I
Joel.
say like a lot, and I'm trying not to say that. You know,
Okay.
like what I'm
Oh.
trying to say.
I say
Yes.
like a lot too. I think I was
Like,
just telling you this the other
It
day.
sounds stupid.
I'm like, God, stop saying fucking like.
you were in
And Jerome never edits it out. He said it takes too long. He's like, he said like a lot.
But I think you noticed it personally versus other people, because I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really notice you said like as much
That's
as you
true.
thought you did.
And I was like, she's a liar. I'm just kidding.
But sometimes you post it, and then people are like,
Oh,
"You're saying this every 2 seconds," and you're like, "Okay."
people always want to talk shit.
I
It's
know.
No matter
great.
what you do.
It's
Like,
good. It's
No,
fun.
seriously.
I appreciate that people talk shit. I really do.
The haters is what actually puts these videos higher in
Oh.
ranking. It's
The
it's
critics.
crazy.
Yeah.
I used to not like them at all, and then we started realizing that those posts just go more viral simply because people are just talking shit about whatever it is. and
And
those
like-
actually get the most followers too.
And
Yeah.
like for me, for that, like it's like so hit or miss. So like, there I go with like again. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Mel, I've noticed. I haven't said it once.
They're going to edit more likes in
Every
for
time she
you.
says it,
They're like, we're never gonna get through this podcast.
we're gonna teach you.
We're going to train you. It's like a shot caller.
Like during. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's what
Shit.
we need.
Every time you say like it,
Both
shocks
of
you.
us. I know. We're just gonna be like chilling over here.
Well, do you guys notice with some people's Instagram videos, they will purposely mispronounce something, so then they'll get 1,000 comments with people underneath saying like, "That's not how you say it."
Wait,
wow.
that's a real thing?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because then people want to say you're wrong, and yeah, that's a strategy.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
So people will say something like you're cooking, I don't know, say you're cooking carbonara, and they'll be like, oh, the carbonaro, or you know, they'll just totally butcher it, and then people will go off in the comments and be like, wow, like maybe you should find out how to actually pronounce that, and then they'll get tons of comments just because they mispronounced
So
something.
there's a whole
good.
science behind this. There's
Yeah.
there's actually people
Ooh.
that sell courses for this, whatever, right? And they'll like do things like purposely like leave their zipper unzipped, or they'll like scoop
They're
up.
cheating.
They'll scoop up a bunch of diamonds and they'll leave one little diamond or something that didn't get scooped up, so people will comment on it,
Yep.
or just little things like that you would never think about. And then your comments are just all about that, you know. So I don't know, Joel. We need to start stepping it up.
I know. I was like, what could we do?
I've been like
Be
just
horrible.
drooling out of the right side of my mouth. See, people, is this guy on heroin?
Yeah.
People say things about me. And I'm like, okay.
You're like,
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
go off
high.
about his IQ. This guy, I don't know why they choose 42. all the
Yeah,
time.
they've got me.
This guy has an IQ of 42.
I've never taken an IQ test. That I
I
know
don't
of.
think I have either.
That's their first merch. My IQ
My
is
IQ
42.
is 42.
My IQ is 42. I like it. That's a new shirt.
Cute.
That's good.
You should make a rap song about it. I kind of
My
like
IQ
it.
was 42.
It's just that.
Well, we got
I know,
this
right?
guy that's like there's some haters that will go off, like they'll spend their whole day just replying to us, and we just
Talk
have
shit.
fun with it, you know.
It's
No
fun.
way.
Oh yeah.
And we're nice. I don't. I'm like, God, your mom said that. I don't say that stuff. I'm just so nice back. But it's really fun to engage with them.
Right.
And,
But
and
there's
then
this-
they just are mean right back to you.
Yeah, there's this one guy that replied like probably like 18 times or something to like every single thing,
Gosh.
and it was like, what is this guy do? Like, he just has all day to reply,
Oh man.
but he kept on increasing our views and engagement.
Do you guys both run your account?
Me and him both
both
operate like
logged in,
Instagram
yeah.
and
Okay.
TikTok. Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
easier. We're fast about replying this way.
Yeah.
we'll take turns. Like every once in a while, like I'm like, if I'm bored or something, I'll like reply. Then
And it's good to engage with other people's accounts too.
Oh yeah. So you go to people's pages who have commented on yours and
yeah,
Or yeah,
They're gonna
anyone
talk
we-
shit
yeah,
on ours.
give them a little love back, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
for sure.
I feel like
yeah.
you should also answer the mean comments.
You'd be aggressive.
I'm
Figure out
down,
the
but
boss
like, yeah, I gotta dial
I'm
that
just
back.
like, I really
Yeah.
okay. This guy
You
today.
would find them.
I will go to great lengths. Like it's bad. I don't think I'm like that anymore, but
Yeah.
when I was wrestling, like I would fight back with people all the time. I'd be like, I'd go look. It was bad.
Meet me.
People are mean. Like one time I posted,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
I was at church, and they're like, "How dare you? Like, there's no way you go to church. Like, look at," and like because I posted myself in a bikini, I'm like, "You're following your. This is my model page. Like,
Yeah.
And
sorry."
that was probably someone from church saying it.
Yeah, and yeah, you had to been at church. Like, I don't know, I have no idea, but they were like saying things like, "Oh, like our pastor, this. How dare you post that and this?" I was
Oh
like,
my
"Holy
gosh.
shit, girl can't even go to church." It's like insane, and it's so hypocritical,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No.
Yeah, I've found there's nothing I'm gonna do on here. They're just gonna keep telling me I look like I'm on
Sorry,
here.
I don't know if this is attached still, but like. okay,
Oh,
got
see,
it.
sorry, Mel.
There's
I
only
did
like
that on
one. There's
purpose.
only like one guy
Sorry.
that said that.
No, this guy yesterday goes. This guy yesterday says the audio on here is garbage, and I said, "Well, you could just read the captions." And he goes, "Oh, you want me to read the captions on a podcast? I'm supposed to listen." I go, "Well, thank you for being a loyal listener."
So we actually yeah, he said that things would change for a second.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, our
That's the sound of duck pin bowling.
Just as I was gonna talk about the audio.
duck pin.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry about the audio there, buddy.
No, so anyways, we did Mickey Mace, right? He's a gambler in Vegas, whatever, and he came on our podcast. So anyways, I was at the hospital and he hits me up and he's like, "Hey, like I want to come on your podcast." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's get it going. Tomorrow I'll be available, whatever." And he's like, "No, I'm only here for one night. You guys have to do it tonight."
For
whatever,
1
right?
hour.
Yeah.
He wanted us right then and there.
So it's like,
On his schedule.
on
well,
the spot.
it was cool of him.
We
thinking of us in
appreciate you,
general.
Mickey.
So anyways,
Oh, yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
called Joel and
Kinda
I was
like
like, "Hey
it.
man, do you think you could do this podcast?" And I'm the one that sets up all the camera stuff and audio and everything. So I'm like trying to tell Joel, I'm like, hey, do you think you could do this? And could we find a camera guy that could film it? I just need a camera facing towards you guys and some audio. And here's like the mobile audio thing. So I try to teach him how to do it. And anyways, we get Bird, who's like a photographer here in Old Town. And he's never done like this type of thing, whatever. So I kind of just tell him and Joel kind of like the basics of what to do and send him out there. And then this guy's actively having like a party there. So it's like super loud and
it was chaos.
Yeah, it
He had a DJ.
It was chaos.
Oh my god.
During the podcast.
But like during the podcast, like one of the cameras that the audio was linked to that Mickey had on, the audio went out. Well, that camera went out off Joel. It was facing towards Joel, but it was the audio for Mickey. So that for like 4 minutes it was out, and then you could see him coming back in and connecting it, and then the audio is better again. But for that 4 minutes, like people were complaining about that one, like that little time.
They ripped us apart over that one.
It's
But-
like, give us a fucking break.
But we're still learning, people. So we'll get better.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll do better for you next time. That's what I always say in the comments when they complain.
Audio's
Sorry,
gonna
we'll
be
do
perfect
better.
for
We'll do
this one.
better.
I've seen so much growth, like since like day one, since you guys have done it, and then until now. We were just talking about that. We're
Yeah.
like, dude, the quality, the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only getting better.
All the content you guys are doing is good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize all those different things that went into it. You know, like the color grading, the
Oh,
captions,
get me
the
started.
you know, like focusing like the camera in certain areas, the camera placement. We use something to kind of now we used to do it manually. Now I'm using a bunch of AI stuff to kind of do it, but it's definitely a learning process in terms of figuring out what works, what doesn't, and what looks good, what doesn't. The audio, what sounds good, what doesn't. Getting rid of like different little noises, all kinds of stuff.
How many episodes in are you guys?
So we're 18.
Okay, that's good.
That's really good. Who does the graphic design? Like the
Oh, I do everything.
oh, you really do everything.
Yeah.
Just like,
Well, we shoot it back and forth between each other, but Jerome does it all.
There's a bunch of thumbnail apps that are pretty cool to like create like the graphics.
Yeah.
It's super easy. So I'm
I'm
getting
not
better.
super proud of it, but it's nice that Jerome does it all.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, yeah.
It's actually great. No, it's good. He'll be like,
It's
he'll
really
send me
good, honestly.
20 pictures and be like, which one's the best? I'll pick one, and then he'll pick one. It's good.
Aw.
Yeah, Joel just say like, hey, I don't like this, or which is good. That's
I'm
what we
very
do.
honest with him,
Yeah.
As you should be.
We try to help each other out.
and he takes it, which is nice because
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
very honest with him.
So there's, I'm far from perfect, and I feel Joel feels the same way. So I told him like, always give me some constructive criticism and tell me what I'm doing wrong, and
Yeah.
I'll try to help you as much as I possibly can. And it's kind of a team effort, you know.
We definitely go back and forth, but we don't get offended. We're very thick-skinned.
That's
You
good.
know,
Yeah.
That's good. Like I feel like that's probably the relationship we have too.
Yeah.
You know, you can't grow if you're like, oh,
If you
I'm
guys
so
are just patting each other on the
sensitive.
back, it's
Oh,
not going to work.
Good
Right.
job, Mel. You didn't say like 50 times, and I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to know that?
Plus, even some of these hater comments, you still learn from some of that too, you know.
Yeah. Well, the true
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
I actually, you get some hater comments. You're like,
Yeah, there's
what
some
the
people that
fuck?
there's some people that are just jerks or whatever. Like there's no like benefit to them. They have 0 followers, and then they're like following 5,000 people or something,
Yeah.
Just as a photo of their cat, and that's it. You're like, okay.
or it's just a
all
blank
right.
one. Yeah, usually
Yeah.
the blank ones that are the ones.
Yeah, people will see my picture or something on their Explorer feed, and they have to comment and say, "This guy's high." Like they have to write it. They can't hold back.
Well, you probably are.
And I'm like, well, it's completely legal, but they have to.
We
Like
we cut them off though.
But yeah.
do you really?
What do you mean? Like you block them?
Like,
No, I mean, if they get too mean, we'll cut them off. But like,
Okay,
as far
yeah.
as ingesting cannabis before show, I don't do it anymore.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
You're like,
so-
well, I'm not high, guys.
Yeah.
So joke's on you.
Yeah.
This is just my face.
My personality.
during this episode, they're gonna be like, Joel's high.
Oh.
For Joel.
Oh, fuck it. Just go with it.
Got to.
You got me thinking about your fiance.
What are you thinking about?
He's a dentist, and he can't. What if he looked high when he went to work? You know, even though he's not.
shit,
You know, and
yeah.
people were just like, "Hey, this guy's high."
Actually, that was one of like my hate comments like last month. Someone was all like, oh, like sent me a comment in a DM, and they're like, to think that your stupid fiance is drunk and high and working on patients, and just like talking shit. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This guy does not get high or drunk before he goes to work on teeth. And believe me, I
Like,
know.
we go to
yeah,
work in the
he's-
morning.
Yeah. We smoke
6.
at night at like 7 or 8. We go to bed. What?
Yeah, people are crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the algorithm doesn't let you talk about it a lot, so we don't. It's a wasted conversation. But it is funny that it is completely legalized, and there's people. My grandpa, till he died, I couldn't even tell him, because he would judge me, so
Right.
it would offend the hell out of him. So
Yeah.
there's people that they'll never get past it. Yeah.
My mom's like that. She's like, Mia. And I'm like, yes, Mom.
Yeah.
It's better than
Alcoholism.
Getting fucked. Yeah, getting like shit housed.
like Xanax or something, I'd rather just get
And then
high.
there's veterans that need it.
weed.
It is medicine.
Yes. Yeah, there's
I was
some of
like,
us
which- I
that
was like, which
it
one,
really
weed?
calms you down, and it's great.
Oh,
You
no,
know?
100%. Honestly,
It's a
like,
legit medicine,
agree.
and people don't even but whatever. The hate's great. I'm not hating on the hate. We love it. The engagement is outstanding, and it's been good to us.
just let them hate. Whatever.
Yeah.
So if I can wish for anything for you guys in your podcast, I hope you get all the hate in the world.
Oh,
So
that's so
We can take it. We can take it.
Just kidding.
We're used to it.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, I think we'll end the podcast here pretty soon.
Let's
Yeah.
do
Do
it.
you guys have any other further things to say?
I don't think so.
Anything to get off your shoulders about?
I'm glad we got you on. It's good getting to know you. You're great.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even know all this stuff about Mel, and I've seen her.
I didn't know Mel
so
went to high school in Gilbert. That's the big.
I didn't know you went to high school in
That's
Tucson.
Joel's takeaway from this.
I know. Like, what the
You went to Gilbert.
We're like, what? My God.
They have gang signs over there.
She's got street cred now.
I get street credit.
Somebody commented the other day. They go, Gilbert's way better than Scottsdale. I go, better at gang fights. That's what I commented
Did
back.
they say anything?
Well, I wanted to say better at. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
say
I
it
know
on
what
here,
you
but
mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be
Yeah,
insensitive. But
You're gonna get beat up by some Gilbert people, Mio.
sorry, Gilbert.
Oh, shoot.
My sister lives in Gilbert.
Wait, can we
And my
talk?
nephew.
Can we talk about how amazing you brush your teeth?
Tell him, Mel.
I know. I'm like, well,
Mel's
am
always
I
like-
allowed to?
I don't know why you wouldn't be.
If he gives permission, yes.
Well, look, I like to keep everyone thinking that I never brush my teeth. I don't do teeth whitener, and I don't have fake teeth. All my teeth are real.
They are.
Whatever I have left,
second
and I
that.
just brush them every day. I think that's another military thing. And then Mel's always like, "Your teeth are great." I'm like, thanks, Mel.
No, honestly, I feel like people, because like we have like the same friends who are like, oh, like how are his teeth? Like, are they there? Are they missing? I'm like,
Yeah.
like you would.
Is that one of the first things you
so
look at when you,
curious
when,
about
when you
Joel's
see
teeth.
people?
Like,
Yeah, you would think that, but no, he has great teeth. Unfortunately, yeah, I do. Like I can't. But here's the other thing: I look at teeth, but I look at gums. I'm such a hygienist.
yeah.
So your gums, I care more about your gums than your teeth because your
Yeah,
gums
yeah.
will tell you actually how healthy you are.
You're like, their gums are messed up.
Yeah, your teeth could be crazy crowded, but you could have like the most amazing like gums, and I wouldn't even care.
everyone
Yeah.
with a gummy smile is gonna come around you like, I know.
I don't know.
I'd be all scared.
Okay.
And
I'm
I'd
all
be-
gum.
I'm like, I can fix that.
That's why she loves me.
Scariest.
All right, I'm done. Mel, I just realized. Can I tell him about your teeth, drunk doctor patient?
Yeah.
Hey, are you one of those people that talk ask all kinds of questions like while you're in their mouth? And you're
Yes, dude. We have a
100%.
full conversation. She'll be like, "So what'd you do about that?" I'm like, "Oh."
And I understand
She
it.
gets
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
She literally knows what I'm saying. I'm like, "Well, Mel."
I was like, dude, me too, man. It's pretty
funny.
bad. Okay.
I was actually considering being a dentist at one point.
Do it.
Actually, right before right after high school, I went to go work for a dentist for a little while. It was more volunteering, but then I started hanging out with the pediatric surgeon, and I started going towards the medical field.
You need to come to us.
But I know
I had to put you on blast, but actually I can say that, but Danielle comes to us.
I do.
Oh, you do, Danielle?
Yeah,
She-
I switched once Mel and I became friends. I was like, all right, I'm gonna support you. Why would I go to another dentist?
I went to this other dentist, and one time I had to get a mouth surgery. This is a true story, and it was an emergency thing. I had so I forget what happened, but this guy was wanting to charge me so much. It was outrageous. And I go, "Hey, you guys, this guy's charging me this," and they're like, "We'll do it $1,000 cheaper than that." And I didn't go to them just because they're cheaper. I have a lot of dentist friends. One of my buddies owns a huge dental agency, and he was telling me about Mel's fiance and their dental practice. He's like, that guy's an actual craftsman. Like he's an actual, like there's There's a lot of different dentists out there, and it's just like there's a lot of different people that do woodwork or whatever. But he's an actual like someone that's good at his craft. The dentist of Scottsdale, James Mallory, Dr. James Mallory.
Shout out.
So yeah,
We've seen his work.
and then Mel's
Yeah.
just awesome with, and she does my cleaning. It's great.
We
Yeah,
love being in your mouth. You're so great.
she's in my mouth a lot.
Yeah, like every 4 months.
I actually love my dentist, Dr. Bree. She's pretty awesome.
Oh, I just met her.
Yeah, she's. Well, anyways, I went to a dentist in New Mexico when I went to Indiana. It was completely different. But then she's like so thorough, like educated, like she's like so professional, and like just like I never seen like a process like that they do compared to other places. So I just stayed going there. But she's been my dentist ever since I've been here in
Is that
Scottsdale.
SNC Dental?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I went before you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Same.
I love that. I feel like when you meet somebody when they're in that profession, it's like completely different. Like I've had homies come in, they're like, "Oh shit, you actually know your stuff," and I'm like, "What do you think? I was sitting here like with a mic, like what?" They were like, "I didn't know like terminology," and I'm like, "Oh my god, you probably get that from your health side."
Yeah. Well, actually, everyone in Scottsdale hits me up for
You guys,
everything, all their medical stuff.
If you ever have been in the hands of an army dentist, then you're just blessed to never have to happen. But like one of the things they do is every time you do an X-ray, they put you on this massive machine and you put your jaw up there and you do all this crazy thing. And when I'm at your office, you guys are just like, "All right, we took your X-ray." I'm like, "You just did it?" Like,
Nice.
But it's a crazy ordeal in the army. Like they are using like 100-year-old equipment.
Oh my gosh.
They don't even numb you, right?
Well, the technology
Nope,
has
they don't
gotten
even
so
know me.
much better in terms of dentistry over the last probably
yeah.
like 10 years. It's crazy. So it's actually really cool. Like some of the like it'll put like your teeth up on like the whole screen and stuff. Like it's pretty neat.
Or right in your face. Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah, I know. Mine's right. I'm like, "Here are your teeth." You're like, "That's cool."
I'm like, that's it.
So how often should people get their teeth cleaned?
Well, everyone's different, so it depends on what kind of patient you are.
So if they're like have a periodontitis or something, they should come more frequently.
Every 3 to 4 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And then as you get better, 4 months, and sometimes I'll push you a little further out, but that
So like
bacteria is very aggressive.
So like the ideal healthy person every 6 months.
every 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many times a day should someone brush?
Twice a day.
How many times should they floss?
Twice a day.
Can you overbrush?
Yes, you can. And with electric toothbrush, especially, most people like this is, and I'm sure you guys probably do this if you have one. You turn it on, right? And what do? You brush with it. So you're brushing and it's brushing. So you're actually already over brushing. You're supposed to turn it on and it's already brushing for you. So I'm like, whoop. You place it on here and you just move it. You can kind of move it softly forward, but people are scrubbing with it. So
I feel like I tend to do that sometimes too with it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's just like the natural like thing that you're used to, you know?
Yeah.
Is there like because I know the dentist told me to use that too. Is there like some kind of evidence that says that that's significantly better or?
Well, over time, so like your enamel can actually get worn down, but most of the time people start like getting recession because they're brushing so hard.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, my mom growing up, like her toothbrush, her bristles were like pushed sideways. And I don't know if you guys ever seen that from brushing too hard, but that's like why her bristles were pushed away. So like now they make it where if you brush too hard, it'll like turn red or something. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that. I didn't know that's why it turned red. Because I don't ever do electric, but every once in a while I have one, and I didn't know that's the reason why. Okay.
I did that to my mom. I bought her the toothbrush. I didn't tell her why it turned red, and she's like, she calls me. She's like, I'm like, "So mom, how's it going? Is it turning any colors?" She's all like, "Mija, it keeps dying on me. I think it's turning red." I'm like, "Mom, you're brushing too hard."
I thought it was dying on me too. I was going through batteries.
What about water flossers?
Love them. Here's a trick. Get one that is portable without the cord connected. Go in the shower and you can actually concentrate on the areas. Cool. And you won't get it all over your mirror.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Windex.
That's a good trick.
What's your thoughts on whitening your teeth?
I like them. I mean, if you have sensitive teeth, just stay away from it, honestly.
Yeah,
just get a whitening toothpaste. Yeah, and it's very uncomfortable. But believe it or not, the 3D whitening, the purple pack is actually my favorite, or in-house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other dental questions do we have?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Those are great questions.
Yeah, I got answers for
if someone's losing their gums, like what's the next step?
losing their gums?
Like if they're like have periodontitis or something, or they have like some recession on their teeth, is there like a process that they could do to kind of stop that or hold that besides kind of like the brushing, etc.?
Yeah, so typically with periodontitis, it's perio disease, but it's periodontitis is the
yeah.
second stage.
Yeah, yeah.
You get like bone loss, and when you get bone loss, it pulls down your gum, so that's where you get recession. And so it's like this whole domino effect, right? So first of all, you have to get a deep cleaning. A lot of people think like, oh, like I'll pay and get my boobs done, or I'll go get my veneers, but I don't want to like get a deep cleaning. I'm like, okay, cool. You're gonna lose your teeth in like 5 years, so good luck.
So at that point, they just get some dentures.
Yeah, I know. And so I try to, that's why I overeducate them. Like, this is why you need it. And so like once you get, your deep cleaning, get all that bacteria underneath your gums taken out, then it's being consistent. Knowing how to brush and floss. And guess what? Like some people are like, I don't want to floss twice a day, or I don't want to floss in the morning. And you know what I tell them? I'm like, don't floss in the morning. When do you want to floss? And they're like, I want to floss when I'm driving in the car. I'm like, then you floss when you're driving in the car. And they're like, you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure.
I feel like I do that in the car, actually.
Yeah.
I have a little stash of like the
little floss
the little
bits.
click ones. Yeah.
That's like jazzy.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, I'm like, oh, prat hygienist.
I have a question that's going to take you in a different direction.
Ooh.
What does it mean when I dream that all my teeth fall out?
Oh my God, yes.
Tell me, dental, and now
I've had so many of these dreams.
I've had
or
that
like one
too.
one's loose or something, and it's falling out, and you just like put it back in or something.
You're just worried about something.
Mine will all like fall
It's actually
out.
not dental related at all.
Whether you want to admit it, there's something you're worried about in the back of your head. Maybe it's your family or.
I did
Yeah.
look it up, and it said you're like not living up to your full potential, and I was like, shit, where am I supposed to go?
You're worried
You're
that you're not living up to
stressed
your
about
full
something.
potential.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in a while, so that is a good sign. But
Oh,
like that is the
good.
worst dream ever.
I had it
They're just-
once.
It is, but I guess at the end of the day, it's cool that you care.
Oh, it is cool that you care.
But you would look cool with dentures, though.
Just to be able to pop them out whenever. Yeah, sure.
Takes them out.
I don't need a mouth guard.
Fights you.
That would actually be scary. Someone smiles at you from across the ring, just all gum.
You just
I'd be like,
That would be
take it
scary.
out.
that'd be scary as hell.
Throw the denture. I'm ready.
I would be afraid of that person.
Honestly,
so.
that would be really scary. Yeah. I don't know.
Absolutely.
You're like, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, who knows?
Do you ever have any people that go in with just like 2 teeth?
Oh God.
You're like cleaning the one.
And I was like, wait, you actually aren't a patient here?
No way.
Doesn't
Do
even
you
go
have people
here.
that come
I've
in
seen
with just
that.
a tiny bit of teeth?
Yes. Honestly, yeah. And most of the time
tiny
they have
bit
like
of
a
teeth.
denture and a partial.
polish it up.
And you pop them off, and you're like, okay. Oh no! In hygiene school, one time there was like a few teeth, and like you were just learning how to do a deep cleaning, and they were like loose. So I had to like hold it in its place and clean it, and it was like bouncing up
Oh
and
my
down.
God.
And they're like, you have to warn the patient you might extract it on accident. And I was like, I might extract
Oh my
their
gosh.
tooth on accident. I'm
Let
like,
me just
oh,
put that
God.
back in there.
Yeah.
Super glue.
I'm like, it's gonna be great. And as you're taking the calculus off, which is hard plaque, it's just like falling over. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, they probably lost it right after.
Oh my God. Danielle, we need to get you a grill.
I know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want a
Mel's
grill
doing
so
grills now.
No,
bad.
seriously.
I'm going to
I
get
know, I
one.
can't wait. I know.
Are you
I'm
guys
gonna get one
really
too.
gonna get a grill
Yes,
though?
yes.
Yeah,
I
since
need
you
it.
told me I could finance one. You know I could finance. Jerome knows I'm all about financing this stuff. She told me I could finance a grill. I was like, sign me up. This
Oh
is
my
great.
God.
God, I got to make my grill payment, but
Okay.
I'm
I have
gonna
to-
wear it every day, like literally.
Okay. I'm gonna submit these this weekend. So you guys have to send
Okay.
me styles.
I am
Right,
going
send
to.
us-
I have the website. I'm going to send you. I
Okay.
am. I swear to
We should
God.
just all get. Well, I have my.
What's the
grill
down
already.
payment on the grill?
What if your doctor?
depends on which
your
one.
doctor comes
Yeah.
in with a grill. Oh my God.
That would be great.
I can't wait.
They're real diamonds. Fuck it.
I'm gonna meet someone new and be like, hey, they're gonna be
Hey.
like, oh,
Oh.
judge me straight on the grill. It's fine. You can't handle me with my grill.
I know, right?
I feel like you can pull it off.
I think so too.
I hope so.
Like you don't have to do like a full one either. You could do like.
I
don't
want the
know.
vampire one.
Yeah.
That's what I
We
want.
should do that. I need to scan your
for
teeth.
spooky season.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Oh my gosh, I had a costume and now I can't remember what I was. Hold on, let me think about it for a second.
You
You guys,
haven't picked one yet?
no, I have one. I just,
Oh, okay,
I'm.
okay. All right, Mel, while you're thinking.
Thank you.
So I was thinking about Deadpool because we dressed up for Tal's birthday, and that was really fun. I was like, dude, I love Deadpool.
I know.
So we were like, maybe we should just do that.
I actually ordered like an authentic costume of Deadpool, but it's not gonna be.
That's
here
what you're
till-
going to be?
No, it doesn't come until like.
They're that far back
Yeah,
ordered?
What?
I'm
But it's,
gonna
like
be-
but it's like the high quality, like super nice one.
I'm not going to
I also got the Spider-Man too, but
Okay, then I'm not.
I got the
telling you.
Spider-Man
It's
already.
a surprise.
You be
mine will be
Spider-Man.
surprised, too.
I'll be Deadpool.
Is yours Marvel or?
I'm going to be your Uncle Baby Billy from the Righteous Gemstones. There will
pull it
come a
off.
payday, and I gotta wear big
You ever seen
teeth.
the?
It's gonna be great.
You haven't seen that?
Oh, it's good.
Oh, you
You're
gotta-
about to
No,
see it.
I'm
It's
like,
so ridiculous.
what?
You gotta watch
You
it.
gotta watch. I'll send you a
I
video
thought
of
this was
him.
made up. I'm like,
I know, me
No,
too.
no,
And
no.
I was like, oh no, he's going into it.
Oh yeah. He's good. You've seen him before. He's all over the internet. You just don't know what he's from. But when
Okay.
I send it to you, you're gonna be like, oh, this is that guy.
Okay.
But he's the Uncle Baby Billy.
Yeah, it's it's
That's a
they're
good
like
one, right, Cam? That's good.
Yeah, it's really funny.
He's shaking his head.
He's got
I don't know
these
about
huge
that.
fake white teeth, so I ordered those. I'm gonna nail it. He has a really fake tan, so I'm gonna just put the
Okay.
paint on,
Oh my god, we should like
and you just
spray
carry a
you.
mic around, and you just like he's a gospel singer.
Oh, okay.
He's a pastor at a church, and he's Uncle Baby Billy.
That'll be
and,
fun
and
for
he's
you.
a tap dancer, so I ordered these tap dancing shoes, and I'm gonna go
gosh.
around tap dancing.
I'm kind of excited.
I'm gonna crush it with this costume.
We gotta find a good party or
I
something.
know,
We can all
I'm
take
like,
a photo
what are we
with.
doing?
Yeah.
I might invite
Halloween.
you to a party.
Oh,
Don't you
yeah.
come every year to the party we throw for me and
David?
David? Yeah.
Yeah. I like stop by for a little bit, but now I like because like James typically doesn't like want to go out as much anymore. So I'll
He
bring
came
Danielle.
last year, didn't he?
No, I came by myself.
Oh.
I was like, all right. I'll
There
stop
will
by.
come a payday.
Well, it was great knowing you guys, and
You too.
thank you for coming on. We'll have to do some stuff together at some point. Again, maybe come on back
Yeah.
at some point.
Let
we
us
could
know how the pod's
coordinate
going.
if we
Yeah,
could
you're
help
gonna
you
come on
guys with your
ours.
podcast.
Yeah.
Let us know. Same thing. This is all about just kind of collaboration and kind of getting people's eyes on you. Is really what it comes down to. So we're happy to help you guys.
For sure. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Sing us
Peace.
out, Jerome.
Until next time.
There will
Last
come a
night.
payday. There will come a payday.
All right. Later.
Good stuff.